Once upon a time, in the heart of the ancient Igbo kingdom of Umudike, there lived a maiden named Nnenna. She was known far and wide for her beauty and kindness. Everyone loved her, from the smallest children who followed her like shadows to the oldest elders who sought her wisdom. One evening, the village was filled with laughter and music. It was the festival of the harvest, a special time to thank the gods for the bountiful crops. Nnenna, dressed in her best clothes adorned with intricate beads and colorful fabrics, danced gracefully under the moonlight. Her movements were like poetry, captivating everyone who watched. But as the night wore on, joy turned to fear. The village's sacred totem, a carved wooden figure believed to protect them, had mysteriously disappeared. Panic spread quickly, and the festive spirit turned into a chaotic frenzy. The villagers whispered and pointed fingers, and soon an ominous murmur arose. The gods had been angered, and someone must be to blame. In the midst of the confusion, an elderly woman named Amaka, known for her superstitious beliefs and jealousy of Nnenna's beauty, claimed to have seen Nnenna near the shrine, just before the totem vanished. "I saw her with my own eyes," Amaka insisted, her voice trembling with conviction. "She was alone at the shrine, and then the totem was gone." The village elders, already under immense pressure to resolve the crisis, took Amaka's words seriously. Nnenna was dragged before the elders, her pleas of innocence drowned by the cries of the mob. Her friends and family wept, but fear of the gods' wrath silenced their protests. The elders, pressured by the frightened villagers and swayed by Amaka's testimony, sentenced Nnenna to be burned alive as a sacrifice to restore the village's harmony. Bound to a wooden stake in the village square, Nnenna faced her fate with a heart full of courage. The pyre was lit, and flames began to dance around her, licking at her vibrant attire. As the fire grew, Nnenna's voice rose in a song, a haunting melody that echoed through the silent crowd. It was a song of innocence and sorrow, of a life unjustly taken. The flames climbed higher, and the heat became unbearable. The villagers watched in horror and fascination, unable to look away. Just as the flames seemed ready to consume her, a sudden storm swept over Umudike. The sky darkened, and torrential rain poured down, quenching the fire. The villagers fell to their knees, interpreting this as a sign from the gods. In the chaos, an elder approached the stake, where Nnenna stood unharmed, her clothes singed, but her spirit unbroken. As the storm raged, a figure emerged from the crowd, a young man named Chike, Nnenna's childhood friend. With trembling hands, he held up the missing totem. "It was I," he confessed, his voice barely audible over the wind. "I took the totem to sell to a wealthy man who offered to pay me a huge amount of money. Nnenna is innocent." The storm subsided, and silence fell over the village. The elders, shamed by their hasty judgment, freed Nnenna and declared her innocence. Chike was taken away to face his punishment, but Nnenna, ever compassionate, pleaded for his life. Her wish was granted, and Chike was spared, though exiled from the village. From that day on, Nnenna was revered for her unwavering courage and mercy. The tale of her innocence and the storm that saved her became a legend, a reminder of the dangers of fear and the power of truth. The moral lesson of this story teaches us not to jump to conclusions based on fear and suspicion, and to always seek justice with a kind heart.